sane and very grounded about. So that's sort of, for me, the essence of craft is if you're not getting dirt under your fingernails or you're not
touching.
But it can be sewing, it can be, but if you're not touching something real,
that's what I would.
It's not craft.
Touchy feeling.
Yeah.
Mental thing.
So one of the other beauties here, Doug, is that it's interspecies.
Oh. Beautiful.
So that other species have craft.
Right.
And that's the beauty. It's not unique, it's not only an anthropocentric concept. Dolphins have craft, chimps have craft. Chimps will even make a tool to make a tool.
Mm.
Other species like ravens, magpies, they have a form of consciousness, and they can solve problems with tools. They'll make a tool out of a paperclip to get a grub out of a tube, so that it goes beyond us. And craft itself is to me an echo of the first day. It's an echo of the first day. And if you look at indigenous cultures, you see the integration of craft, goosebumps, within the vertical and horizontal structure of the tribe. So craft is intimately related to walkabout, for instance. And the walkabout ceremony, initiation, then deals with the cosmological aspect of locating the tribe, the clan group, the kin group, within the broader perspective of the cosmos, which is mind-blowing, and that includes the craft, the hands-on itself. Our first digital revolution was...
Fingers.
Yes. That's seldom people get that. The second digital revolution is what Ned's using.
Measuring sticks or something.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
What we're about is that first digital revolution within which, from which we became more fully human, if you like. And Jesus was a chippy, so he was doing that as well. Muhammad was a merchant. Buddha was an ascete. He withdrew to get his insights. I'm not saying they're wrong or better or whatever, but they're just
different.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. This is great, mate.
There's a
We watched a show where it showed the Aboriginal people how they were making their tools, and it was amazing the detail that they went to. It wasn't just getting this.
Right.
It was very detailed of how they actually did
That
it.
was a mentoring process too.
Sort of.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
very much so.
That's apprenticeship. That becomes down to us or across to us as apprenticeships.
There was a point that Paul made too, just talking about what is craft. You just mentioned the digital revolution, these things, and did you say it's gorillas have 4 of these, or is it orangutans?
Oh, the orangutans.
Orangutans.
Yeah.
They have 4 of these,
4
right?
hands.
Right, like our cat at home has
The handyman.
4 feet,
Hand up.
and
hand
the
down.
orangutan.
That's in our language, yeah.
Yeah, and the orangutan has, but we're this most curious creature because we have 2 of these and we also have 2 feet, and so you mentioned walkabout, and we've also talked about place, and actually, well, that's a question.
But isn't that what Homo erectus marked, the transition?
I think
the
so.
vertical.
I think so. Exactly.
It's interesting they identified that subspecies, erectus.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's in the name, isn't it? Like erect. Yeah, standing up.
Not sapiens, erectus.
Yeah. So one thing.
And Erectus went to habilis, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Homo habilis is Latin for what we're doing. Handyman.
Oh,
Habilis.
And
Exactly. Yeah. So just speaking of the foot, if we just sort of forget about the. Yeah.
Habilis. Man hand.
that's feasting, beautiful.
and my dad was a chippy.
Okay.
So something I'm keen to ask you about in this segment is something that's come up talking to other people. I know it's a real thing for me. Is thinking about the feet, not the hands, for a moment. There's a right place for things. A mate of mine gave me the terminology. He'd just been, I don't know, I think he's just doing a bit of carpentry on the desk where he sits and does computer programming work, right? And he sent me some photos, and it's like I've just been working on the compute shrine, and I thought, oh, what a beautiful word, right? So I guess shrine, for want of a better word, is the theme. But there are certain places that are there's the right place. I mean, and you're people of faith, Catholics, so there's the altar. There are certain consecrated places, and there are certain, open spaces.
Secular places.
And there are secular